Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for June 2024. We're going to jump right in here. Hey, look at this. You have this card. It says Taurus on it, and it says perseverance. It says, remember, slowly and steady wins the race. Awaken your inner bull and give you patience. You have a Sagittarius card. It says expansion on it. You are ready to expand and move forward to your next lucky break. So, yeah, I really like this. And one thing, something that's standing out to me, I'm going to pick this card up in just a second and I'm going to show you. But they're like all 12 signs are on this Sagittarius card. It's like the whole astrological wheel is on that card. And I do feel this energy of kind of like something coming full circle for you. I feel like there are still a lot of changes that Taurus is going to be making, as we move throughout the summer. It's like things are changing around you. It's almost like the universe is trying to trigger you on purpose here, Taurus. But I mean this in like the best way possible. It's like the universe is kind of like giving you exposure therapy, right? It's almost like I get this feeling of the universe is exposing you to things where, maybe you have to be flexible or you have to come up with other ways of doing things in your life, or where you have to make like a quick change or you have to be spontaneous. But I think like, the more comfortable, and there you go. We end with the Tower, right? The Tower is coming up in the good stuff, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But it is kind of funny that I just said that, and you have the Tower. But like I said, actually both of these cards have the circle, the full astrological wheel around them. But it's like something is coming full circle because of this. I also feel that maybe this exposure therapy that we're talking about here, maybe it's not, it's like happening so you don't even have time to think about it, right? I kind of feel as you maybe in the future, like if let's say you're working on a project, right? Or you're, maybe you're like super busy. Look, I get a lot of busyness here for you this month of June, the whole entire month. And, it's like by the time you get to the end of the month, or maybe even a couple months from now, I think you're going to look back on this time and you're going to say like, normally I wouldn't have, been this flexible. Normally I wouldn't have allowed these things to happen. But it's almost like the universe is showing you like just what you are, capable of doing or what you're capable of accomplishing. It feels powerful to me, and your readings have been very powerful. So that kind of makes sense. You have the Nine of Wands, the Magician, and the Knight of Cups. So the Nine of Wands is about setting healthy boundaries. Obviously, it looks like a very busy time to me for you. So I would make sure that you're protecting your time. I would make sure that you are, nurturing yourself, healing yourself, taking care of yourself, all that other good stuff. You have this Royal You card coming up in the next row. And that card is kind of like Empress energy. So in a lot of ways, I feel a lot of you could be either embracing Empress energy or you need to, but I mean that as in, nurture yourself, take care of yourself, rest, relax, recover, all that other stuff. We have the Magician, and the Magician is pointing straight down to the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card that says there's more than one way to do pretty much everything. It's the card of being tactical. And instead of just going head on with things that you're trying to accomplish, it says, is there a better way? And you are a Taurus, so head on, right? Charging right into things. And I feel like this is encouraging, being tactical, being sneaky, right? And we're not talking about sneaky in a bad way. We're just talking about like, hey, are there moments where you should keep things that you're creating to yourself? Are there people that you should share things with and people you shouldn't share things with? Are there are there tactical ways, more resourceful ways to do whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish? I think you are like forever changed here, Taurus. By the end of this year, I think even by the end of the summer, you are kind of undergoing this transformation. The Magician represents reinvention. He has this snake right here, and that's the Ouroboros. It represents reinvention. So you are changing. You have the Knight of Cups, always getting love in your readings recently. We even go up to the King of Swords. So you could be attracting like a more mature person, someone very successful. Could be kind of like a little bit of a logical person I'm getting here as well. I don't think they have to be an air sign. Of course, it could be any sign, but I do feel one thing, again, if you're looking like, who is this person? I think that it's a person who is more logical, or maybe they have like a logical kind of like bend to their decision making, and I just pop it into my head. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, I mean, this basically says that everything in life works, right? It's like sometimes I think, people are like, a big one is diets, for example. It's like pretty much every diet, I'm sure there are some exceptions, but, pretty much they all work, for better or worse, right? And sometimes I think we think like, oh, I have to, I can only believe in this one idea, but really there are many things that work. And I just feel that the Seven of Cups is just reminding you of that. It's saying, you know what? Pretty much everything has worked for a person on Earth. And even if you don't think something is going to work in your life, it might be worth trying different ways of doing things just because you never know what could work for you, right? With the Magician, you have the Lovers. If you want love, I feel like you've definitely attracted love into your life. It almost looks to me like you've captured someone's attention, but I feel like you've done this through living your own life, again, doing your own thing. And maybe you are so busy that you're not thinking about your decisions. It's almost like, but I don't mean this in a bad way. It's more like you are, maybe you're like following your inspirations more, or you're listening to your inner voice more, whatever the case may be, doesn't matter. But because of that, it's like you are, when we are in that flow, right? Let's call it a flow. And it's maybe because you're busy. That's sometimes what, it's like you don't have time to put up a front, right? So it's like people are seeing who you really are, and damn, Taurus is all I have to say. It's like this is a very powerful kind of reading. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Four of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this person won't disappoint you. This says you've been disappointed in the past, but again, I do feel this is like a solid connection. Next, you have this Royal You card, which I love, and this Bearing Fruit card. So again, whatever you're working on is creating more abundance in your life. I also, again, would be making sure to nurture and take care of yourself. Again, that Royal You card says you need to treat yourself as if you are royalty. So whatever that means for you. If that means you spoil yourself on the weekends, or you take yourself on a date, or go for a walk, or nurture yourself in some way, I would definitely do it. You're putting off good energy when you do that. The Bearing Fruit card is like a lot of abundance. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. And so I feel whatever you're working on is starting to bear fruit. It's like things might not be perfect, but I feel like you're getting closer and closer to this energy of total abundance. Ten of Pentacles is like building something as well. And I've said it to you a million freaking times in the past, but I think you are definitely the number one sign that is focused on, building and leaving a legacy, building something that is bigger than you. And whatever this is going to be great. You have the Nine of Cups, which is like total fulfillment. A lot of people have been getting this stuff lately, the Nine of Cups, in their readings. And I do feel we have to be in that position. We have to be in the energy of what we want. But like I said, I kind of get this feeling from the reading that it's almost like the reason you're in the energy is because you are very busy. It's like the busyness is causing you to, do things that you wouldn't normally do. But, again, I don't mean that in like a bad way. I mean that as in like you don't have time to be nervous, for example. Like let's say you decide you want to start a business. It's like you don't have time to be nervous about the details. So it's almost like that's why you're doing things this month. Weird message, but I love it. I think this is great. And this could be anything. It's like maybe you meet a person you really want to go on a date with, and it's like you really don't have time to be nervous. So you're just like normal on the date. And that's exactly why it works. So it's almost like you are in alignment by default. This is good stuff. You have the Seven of Swords. Again, Seven of Swords says stay flexible, stay open to all the ways of doing things in life, and that will probably lead to the most success. So I would just stay flexible with the Seven of Swords. With the Ten of Pentacles, what do you know? You have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, and it is also kind of blessings coming into your life, especially when you have it with the Ten of Pentacles. Again, the two together are amazing. So I think both these cards together could say that this is like a month of bearing fruit, a month of you getting results. Obviously, if you want love, Ten of Cups is, pretty much everything you want and desire in a person. So there could be a very strong connection coming in for you. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I mean, definitely good love reading for sure. Even if you don't want love, again, this could be you loving yourself, taking care of yourself, loving what you work on, loving what you do in life. And I think that the energy of love is what this reading is talking about. I mean, you're a Taurus ruled by Venus. So, I would do whatever you can to embrace that energy of, love, gratitude, luxuries, surrounding yourself with nice things, making sure that you have nice experiences. Like, the Ace of Cups is also a card of flow. So it's kind of funny that I said that, maybe you're entering into some sort of flow where you don't have time to be anxious, right? And it's almost like because you're not in that energy, that's what's making this such a powerful time for you. And I would, again, I would embrace it. I would double down on this energy in any way you can. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands. It's like always the way, it's like when you meet a good person, then, the bozo makes their presence known. So if you have a past person or something like that, you might want to put up some boundaries. But I would also say that the Knight of Wands is a card of being spontaneous, embracing different ways of doing things. So the whole entire reading is encouraging flexibility here. like I said, it's almost like I don't want to say you're being forced, because I don't think that's true. I think that you're kind of, you're just kind of being pushed into different avenues. It's like if you're working on a project, you might end up trying like 6 different things based off of whatever you're working on. And maybe normally you wouldn't do that. Maybe normally you would only try one thing. But it seems to me like you're just too busy to worry about it. And that's exactly why things are, working out for you the way that they are. Pretty powerful. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the Oracle card. It says, seek wisdom and guidance from elders. You also have this Knight card. It says, triumph over adversity. So overcoming obstacles. I would also say seeking guidance from elders. King of Swords. King of Swords is the card of the mentor, the guide, the expert, the person who knows more than you. And it could be any gender, but I think that there could be a person who really could be guiding your success at this time, or there could be a person who, it's almost like you're following this person. And so there could be a person who has good ideas for whatever it is that you work on. And like I said, I feel that this person could be, solving your problems very quickly or making you successful. I always say that if you do have problems, this is coming up in the good stuff, but the King of Swords can represent a person who can solve your problems very quickly. So again, if you do have problems, this could be like a lawyer or a doctor or someone who knows more than you. So it would be a good time for you to like find experts, or maybe to tap into the power of an expert, especially if you're dealing with like an actual issue. You have the Three of Wands. I feel like you're seeing the results. It's almost like you're seeing your expansion in the world as it's happening. So I kind of get this very motivated feeling from the Three of Wands. I feel like you feel more driven and motivated. It's almost like you're a Capricorn, right? It's almost like you're embracing a totally different energy. And, but again, I feel like this is going to work for you really, really well. It's a very clear reading, and I think the results are clear as well, which is great. Also wouldn't surprise me if some of you were like moving or traveling with the Three of Wands. You have the Tower. And again, the Tower is coming up in the good stuff. So if you have had Tower moments in the recent past, again, you could be finding an expert with the King of Swords who could be helping you solve these problems. I also feel that we are in a new reality. We are in this new time, and it's almost like you are seeing the new reality and you're just embracing it. The Tower, those people are falling out of the Tower, but they are being brought back down to reality. And the story of the Tower is that they've been ignoring reality. So I feel like you're embracing reality. Again, showing up in the good stuff, I would say that you are kind of embracing a new reality. And maybe you're choosing or have chosen to jump out of the Tower. It's like, this person in blue is like, oh my God, I can't believe, that this tower is on fire and I'm falling out. But the tower's been on fire. This person here is like, I got to get out of this tower because it's on fire. And so I kind of feel that some of you might be this person in red. Like you might be leaving things behind. You might be having kind of like radical transformations this month because you see something that could potentially be a tower. But this isn't, a bad thing. Again, I always say that to me, the Tower is a good card. It's like the change has to happen. If the Tower didn't happen, we would all still be in diapers. So, as far as I'm concerned, the Tower is a good thing. With the King of Swords, you have the King of Wands. Yeah, it could be attracting a fire sign or a fiery person. Like I said, I get this like very logical edge to this person. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like the way they make decisions is very logical, They could live their life one way, but it's like there's this other part of them where they are maybe like very fixed, or kind of like you're a fixed sign. They could be very fixed in their decision making, but I do feel like it comes from a wise, place. With the Three of Wands, are you kidding? You have Capricorn right here. I literally said this, that it's almost like you are Capricorn, and you have the Capricorn card right there. So I feel that it is almost like you are a Capricorn this month. You're very perseverant. You're not giving up. You have that perseverance card. I think it's funny that that is Taurus, even though, I don't necessarily think of perseverance, but it does make sense because, you are the sign of, kind of, one foot in front of the other, making something happen slowly but surely. And, maybe the Queen of Pentacles is saying that you're being more resourceful in the way that you approach things, or you're being more diligent or something. There's definitely a change in the way that you approach projects and all that other stuff. With the Tower, you have the Five of Cups. Again, you could be, it's coming up in the good stuff, so you could be getting over something that happened to you. or you could be releasing some sadness. And it's like you're being more grateful, which I kind of said at the beginning of the reading. It's like you're being more grateful for the things that you do have in your life, and you're more focused on, new directions or new projects, and you're kind of like letting go of the past with this Five of Cups energy. Again, the solution of the Five of Cups is to turn around and to see the Two Cups behind you, so that you can see the bridge and the castle. So he's getting something new by focusing on the bridge and the castle. You have the Feather. It says someone you know is undependable and insincere. Yeah, like I kind of feel that, again, you could be your, what do you call that? Your like radar for people could be on point this month. So if you get weird feelings from people or intuitive hits, I would trust those things with this energy. You have this card that says meeting a stranger could be important. King of Swords. Not only could that person be love, but it could also just be an expert or, a mentor, or someone who helps you. I kind of get like random stories. Like you might meet this person at like the airport or on the airplane or, while you're just out in your day. So I would pay attention to those random interactions. You never know. You never know what you might run into. You have this pig card that says beware of greed. Yeah, I would be careful of greedy people at this time, for sure. You have this moon. It says change in your life. We literally talked about a change at the beginning of the reading. There's a significant change going on for you. And you have this hand card. It says in need of help, assistance, or guidance. King of Swords, right? If you need help with anything, I would ask an expert. But this is pretty clear to me, Taurus. I think there's good energy here. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.